There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in a corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox.
And happy Sunday, everybody. This is GhostBox Live. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very, very much for joining me tonight. I hope that you've had a great Sunday. I hope you've had a great week from the last time that we've all spoken and seen each other. It's been quite the week for me. Not to get into any detail, but it's been quite the week. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of spirits that we get through tonight. I'm glad to see you all here. I can see a number of wonderful people joining in tonight, and that is always, always, always very, very fun, very exciting. So what are we doing here tonight? We're going to be talking to spirits, the same thing that we do every single week. And I don't have any sort of like plan tonight. It's like there isn't like certain types of spirits that we're trying to reach out to. We're just going to reach out to whoever wants to come through. And that often means our relatives. That also means any sort of anybody who comes through that we're going to, just wants to talk to us, anything like that. We're going to be able to talk to tonight. I'm very perched today. I'm not going to lie to you. Today total, I walked about 7 miles today. So it's been, my legs are sore, as you can imagine. And, when it's 10 p.m. here and you're thinking to yourself, well, now I got to do an hour long and try to make it so that we can get some spirit communication. It's kind of daunting. It's not my new thing. It's not like every day I am going to be doing about 7 miles for a little bit just to kind of get myself back into a routine. But once I'm through that, like through a week or something like that, I'll definitely be just cutting back to 3 to 4 miles a day. It's just, it's something to do, something to keep me off the streets, but in fact, it keeps me on the streets. So never mind that at all. Okay. So first things first, as always, we also have our table set up, and what we got a couple pieces in here that we'll be talking about here. The stuff has been kind of hair triggered tonight, so I'm not going to touch it tonight. We're just going to let it go. But we have the REM pod, we have the flashlight. We have 2 ovulises, so that's an ovuli, an ovulus 4, ovulus 5. The ovulus 5 says substances and smell. And then we also have ovulus 4 saying communicate, burn, and shop. It also said attack beforehand. It's certainly not going to be like, oh my gosh, attack, we're all in trouble. It's just always interesting to see what they say and whether or not they have any actual bearing and meaning to us. So we got that going. The REM pod has been kind of very touchy today. So we're going to hopefully get some spirit communication from that tonight. And then, of course, as always, we have the bell. As you can see that right over yonder there. To my knowledge, it is not moving. As we do know, sometimes it does move. We have seen this, and that is fantastic. Also, of course, over here, we have the Linus detector. And basically what that does, it detects Linuses in the area. And it's not a surprise it's not going off because I can see him off yonder pretending he's asleep. And we know he's not asleep. We know this. We know this. So let's see here. I'm just looking through some comments. Good to see you, Greg. Thank you very much for joining in. Number of you had, why 7 miles? Why not? That's my question. Why not more, right? It's beautiful out. I mean, yes, you melt outside because it's, over 90 degrees, but at the same time, it's really, really pleasant, I think. And I did it in 2 walks. One that's about 4.5, and the other is like 3.5. So it's nice. It's nice to get outside. Hopefully I can do that tomorrow. Let's see here. Jeremy, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Joshua mysteriously lost power 15 minutes as soon as your show started. It's the electric company trying to stop you from watching me. It's doing you a service, actually. It's funny. I mean, depends on what you consider funny, and I don't think anyone will find this funny, but my internet had gone out again today for hours. And then when I came back from dinner, it was finally on, but it was off, and I don't understand why these things keep happening. It went off Thursday, also stopped me from helping on Ana's live. And that was always, that's just annoying, it's just annoying. Let's see. We're not going to share this with him. I don't want him to get a bigger head than he already has. Yes, absolutely. There's spells for good. I mean, there's spells. I mean, it's all intention behind spells, right? And sometimes you can do spells that, not sometimes, often you can do spells that are for good. In fact, Anna would be a good one to talk to about that. She does a lot of that stuff. Also, I had on Madame Kamada from on my radio show back, I think in February, maybe late January. She did a book called Candle Magic, and that was really interesting too. And you're going to find that people like her and Anna, if they're doing spells, it's only for good. They're not doing anything for any other reason. And those are the people you want to connect with. So yes, absolutely. Let's see here. Going over to my personal page here, saying hello to everybody. Hello. Let's see here. There was something I was going to do there. Colette, welcome. I hope that you enjoy it. Liverpool. I've been all around the UK. But I've never actually been to Liverpool. I was going to I'm a big Beatles fan, actually. And one of the times I was going out there, Paul McCartney was playing at Liverpool, which I thought would have been absolutely amazing. And I would have loved to have gone to see it. But of course, by the time I heard about it, it was completely sold out. Probably sold out seconds after it opened up. I mean, seeing Paul McCartney in Liverpool, are you kidding me? I mean, could you think of any better place? Last time I saw Paul in concert was, I think, in 2001. It's been a long time. And that was in Chicago that I saw him. I've seen him 3 times. Pretty incredible. Here's a sad story, though. I had seen him, like I said, a number of times. And when he got to singing Let It Be, I remember thinking to myself, I've heard him sing this so many times. And then I thought to myself, wow, he's singing Let It Be. And I'm sitting here thinking, geez, not this again. Let It Be. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? So anyway, we digress. They wanted us to come out there and do a living paranormal. And you know how life goes. It just hasn't been able to do it. But we're going to reach out to them and see if they would do it with us. And that's just going to be, sometime down the road there, because we've talked to them about going out there. I hope you had a good time. I hope you had a lot of stuff happen. That would be really cool, actually. I'm going to digress and ask you to talk to like Ane or someone like that, because if you feel like you have a bad spirit with you, I'd like to think that you will know, that it's just something that you will be able to pick up. And maybe they will tell you that that they would have someone tell you that. I mean, sometimes everyone needs help, but I think, if you're feeling like you have that, then it's something that you probably should talk to somebody about. I personally I don't consider myself to be qualified. I can give you some, ideas, and they're just based on opinion. You do probably want to just check in. Also, have you thought about Reiki at all? Because Reiki is a good way for getting help to to pull some of that stuff out, identify some of that stuff, I would definitely consider maybe talking to someone else. Not you, Janelle. Okay, well, that's good. I'm happy to hear that. I mean, obviously, for the other person, and the question becomes, for this other person, are they identifying this, or some other people are being like, oh, they're not acting right lately. I wonder if there's something with them. Those are questions that I could certainly give you a guess, but that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be right. Joshua, I downloaded GhostBox app and removed it because it was only communicating with the demonic entity, and it kept laughing, and I don't know, it was legit, but it scared me. Well, that is always a thing. I mean, I don't know which GhostBox app you downloaded. I'm very skeptical of most of them, to be very honest. One that I do like to use is Phasmabox. I think that one seems to have some pretty good stuff behind it. I remember we did an event at the Calumet, probably almost 2 years ago now. And someone I work with, her name's Lisa, she walked in the room and the Phasmabox says, "Here's Lisa." That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Echovox seems to be one that people like. It's very twitchy to be able to find the right settings for the Echovox, because the Echovox is very much based on reverberation, and how you set the echo and everything needs to be pretty exact, I think. I mean, you can play around with it, but people like it different ways. I've had some success with it, but I tend to stay away from the apps myself, especially. And please don't consider this as a knock on you or anything like that. But if they're free apps, I tend to really not consider those to be worthwhile. Now, if you've had luck with them, if other people have had luck with them, great. That's all that matters. But I personally have been not overly convinced by them myself. I prefer something like this. And, to be very clear, there's a lot of people who don't like this. So, it's all different, horses for courses, so to speak. Everyone has their own thing that they prefer, that they like. There's a lot of people, as you know, we've talked before, who like spirit boxes but hate this in particular because it's so loud. There's other people who don't believe spirit boxes work at all. And that's totally understandable. We have a lot of, different ideas, and that's what makes this work. As long as we're respectful about it, that's all that matters to it. And, Greg is right. Be careful. It's probably right that if you're getting some of that stuff coming through, that it's probably not a bad idea just to delete it. Part of me is skeptical and think that what if that's pre-programmed into these apps, because they know that a lot of people, not you, but they know a lot of people love that kind of stuff. They're the ones watching Ghost Adventures or something like that and take it literally, very literal. That they're going to be like, "Ooh, I want to get, I wanted to say Legion, I wanted to say this, I wanted to say that." And that's just not, that's just not on. So who knows for certain, right? So we have that. Just seeing who else has shown up. I forgot what I've been talking about because I ramble so much, as you all painfully know. And so I'm looking at Kimberly Bray's note saying, seeing Elton John next November. And I'm like, he's not dead. But I forgot we were talking about Paul McCartney and stuff like that. So we're not only talking about dead people here. So that's good. I'm happy to see that. Let's see here. Let's see. Chantel, Echo Box freaked me out, and I deleted it last year. We've definitely got a bunch of interesting things through the Echo Box. But I've never gotten anything negative through it. I've gotten stuff, as you've all heard, through this. One of my favorites was Vliska, and I'm sure I shared it with you all before, to where the point you're annoyed by it, where I'm at Vliska and I hear my own name, and I ask, because I keep hearing we never get their name, and I said, my name, what is your name? And the response was very clear: Satan. Now, the one thing that I always kind of err on when I get these sort of things is I do not believe for a second that Satan is going to be talking to me at Velisca or anywhere else. I think it's, these are things that spirits will say that will be all about trying to get, try to get us, right? Try to not get us like in any other ways and to scare us. And so, it's a tough line to kind of follow. And like Greg is posting right now. And first of all, Brandy, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while on anywhere, at least that I've been watching, but I'm sure you've been very, very busy. Good to see you. Greg is like, I use spirit guides on SB7, SBox, and all my ATC. I mean, I think it's just fair to say, and not everyone has to follow this, of course, that it's a wise move. It's a wise move to definitely always protect yourself, as we do before we do that. Why don't we take the conversation offline, and then we can figure this out, okay? So, and also, that is always something you have to. I mean, it really depends, and you don't want to mess around with it. I get that. All I'm saying is that, just know, I think is a good chance, more than anything, that, the truly demonic, the truly evil is a very low percentage of what you run into at these locations. I don't care what anyone else says. That is how I believe it. And the thing is that you do want to be careful. You don't want to call its bluff. I get that. But just know that, how many times do you get, how many times do I get emails from people wanting me to do private investigations, which I don't do anymore for this very reason, is you get people who are I think a demon's trying to kill my baby. Like, how so? And it's just like, well, because I such and such that. It's like, it's not demonic, okay? I don't know what it is, but I can say it's not demonic. So it's something that you got to be very careful. You got to be smart about it, which it sounds like you are. It's just, to me, it's always one of those things that because of these shows, a lot of people just jump to conclusions. They just jump to something that isn't. And you got to be careful, but also just be smart about it too, folks. Don't just assume that if you get something and it doesn't feel exactly right, that it's, an elemental, a demon or something like that. What you're running into probably, and what we've been running into on our own investigations when they do have us do some private stuff, is we're running into curmudgeons. We're running into people who are cantankerous. We're running into people who don't like you in their house for various reasons, or don't like the people who are living in their house for various reasons. And what that is that they're pulling off, they're trying to scare people. But what's happening is that it's not really, it's not evil like they all think it is. It's a fine line, but that's just kind of, a thought for sure. So anyway, wow. We got really off on a tangent here. Before I get totally started here real fast, as always, tomorrow, don't forget, or not tomorrow, Tuesday. I don't even know what day. I've been talking so long, I could see that it's already Tuesday, Ane is going to be doing her one question readings. That's going to be Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central. She'll be back on Thursday, doing it at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be great. That was... that's going to be really cool to be able to do that. We also had her on the show today, and it was a lot of fun for her to do one question readings. So as always, very, very cool. For those of you who are interested in such things, could you please share out this video? Well, the more the merrier, I always say, because we're going to be able to get, we don't want your energy, but we do want your intention. And so the intention helps, I think, get us more. Since I've been talking so much, none of the obelisks have been going off at all. It's very interesting. I always find that stuff very interesting because it really goes to show that in my mind, that spirit talks. That if we're listening, they talk. As Brandy says, also that people's fear feed off fear. Fear manifests fear, and I think that's something. And it's really easy to say it when you're in a house that it's not haunted, that you know pretty well. When you're on location somewhere, that's tougher. If you're going to like Brandy says, she's going to Rolling Hills. If you're going to Villisca, if you're going to a place that's really dark, that's more difficult. But that's where, as an investigator, you have to keep your head. You have to keep yourself very calm. And if you're with other people, you can't manifest that fear. You have to be able to work, because I've been in the situation before. I'm sure a number of you have been in the situation where that fear spreads like wildfire. And next thing you know, a duck walking across the street is going to, scare you, let's see. The, the Ovilus 5 says, Ravine and Roger, Rodger. So, say hi to my friend Ray. His friend say, yeah. Hey Ray, I saw Ray on here. I saw him on here. And I'm glad that you're on here. And like I said, Janelle, I really feel like that, and I can talk to you more. I know you said you'll talk to Anne. I can also talk to you more too. I just wanted to be able to, if we talk, to make sure that it's specifically for, time for you. My radio show on Sunday, for those who are interested, I'm going to be going back to ufology. I'm going to have Mike Barra on. You may have seen him on Ancient Aliens, UFO, the Finding the Truth, or whatever it's called. And he's written a number of books. And we're going to be talking, I haven't talked ufology on the show in a very long time, and I want to do that. So doing that means that we can talk also about that ridiculous report that came out at the end of June that was from the government that, was going to talk to us about UFOs. How many of us actually believe that was going to be a worthwhile report? But, it's going to be nice to get someone like Mike's take on that. So Mike is going to be on next Sunday. That's 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I share it to my Facebook pages. It's also on Paranormal United Network too, and AM 950 radio. So we're going to do that. Maybe, what we do, how about this, folks? Next Sunday, why don't we do a Spirit Box session trying to reach out to aliens again? Since it's aliens for the radio show, let's do it for GhostBox Live also. I thought that we had a really good time doing that last time. So why don't we do that? Wouldn't that be fun? He says with a smile on his face. Let's see. All right. Why don't we try to talk to spirits? Should we do that? Let's do protection for those of you who want to do it. If you don't, that is totally fine. The thing about protection, we just got done talking about why protection is important, and why we want to do it, especially on anything. So what we'll do, I don't want to show this yet. Why don't we do this? Why don't we just do protection real fast? Nothing has gone off over there anyway so far, so let's not worry about it too terribly much. But just let's start with our heart chakra, and just imagine a little white light starting from your heart. And it's good intention. All that it is, it's just us feeling good about what we're doing. We're relaxed. We only want to talk to spirits of love and above, of love and light. We don't want any nasty spirits coming here. We just want to communicate. We want to communicate with our loved ones. We want to communicate with our friends who have passed. If there's any animals out there that want to come through, help me get Linus over here, because he's looking really comfortable right now. And I don't really like that, to be very honest. So get the energy going. We want to be relaxed, but we need some energy coming in here, right? So let's do some energy. Let's get it going. Let's have some fun here. Now that white light, I haven't forgot about it. Have you? It resonates right here. It's part of your own feeling good. It's also about loved ones, spirit guides, everything else. Greg Koss said it earlier. He always uses his spirit guides when he's talking to spirits and using his ITC equipment. I couldn't agree more. They're right here. Ask them to protect you. And just imagine that white light getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it covers you. And it's covering you because it's like sheen, right? It's protection. You have a shield over you right now. And you might actually feel a little bit of tingling. And if you don't feel a tingling, it doesn't mean it's not working. It just does. People react different ways to it. I can feel the energy. I can feel it coming through. So you get that, you get that, and you get that. More energy coming through. Now you have that, and what you want to do is take that and just want to push it all around everywhere. And the reason why you do that is not just because it looks like a fun dance move, but it also, I believe, you're sharing your energy and extending it to the house, keeping the house safe. So like my little cat over there, Linus, he's safe because I'm protecting him. As the least I can do, right? So we have that. I can feel the energy. I don't know about you all, but I can feel it. And I'm feeling really good. So why don't we try to reach out to spirits? I'm going to use the original SB7 spirit box, my favorite. We'll see how well that works. If we don't like it, we can switch to the SB7T. We'll do 200 reverse sweep. That's my stuff. That's what I like to do. "45 minutes after the show starts." Something like that. All right, why don't we do this? My name is Greg, and I am hoping that you can come and talk to me tonight. Please use me as the conduit. Come through here, speak through this speaker for me, please. If you do not want to speak through here, please use one of the devices over here to come through. If you want to, you can just go over here, and you can have that go off. There's a flashlight that can go off. You have these two devices that words can come through. If you have a cat, you can come through this. Or move the bell. The bell's moving now because of me. Is there anybody here that wants to talk to us tonight?
Louder.
Louder? I'm not going to talk louder. You can't hear me. You hear that? Louder. And then I thought they said can't hear you. We're getting voices, folks. That female that just came through. I think she said honey, actually. Hey, the box is thunder, right? I mean, come on, right? Can I get the names of any spirits that are in against the room with me right now, please? Chuck says my feet started tingling as we did protection. Hopefully not a sign of a heart attack. I don't know, Chuck. You tell us. I mean, it sounds like you and Amanda. I don't know. All right. How many spirits in this room with me right now? Can you give me a number, please? Uh-oh. All right, now the party's starting. This is Linus. Yeah. Can you say Linus? You think Linus is cute? You good? All right. Funny thing is, I actually thought I heard Linus. Not him, but Linus here. He came over on his own. I heard that too. Might have been him asking Linus to hurry up and slit my throat. I don't know. Is there an Alex here? I thought I heard that too, actually. Oh, thank you very much. I'm so glad. I'm so glad to see that. Your brother's named David, right? Who are you talking about? Just gotta love you. I thought I heard Roger's name, which we did get a Roger through the obelisk. Glenn, you were so patient today when I unfortunately had to say that we couldn't do mediumship in the show. Why don't we see if Margaret's around and Margaret can talk to us, okay? Okay. Was that you, Margaret? Margaret, are you here for Glenn? Can you come through for Glenn, please? Isn't that cool?
There.
I'm there. Did you hear that, Glenn? She said, holy cow. She said, I'm there. Are you with Glenn right now, Margaret? Okay. Wow. A woman's voice said, I'm there. So, Margaret, are you with Glenn right now? I swear I'm going to pick you up again. Boy, my cat has become so comfortable around this. Yeah, a lot of you heard that. A lot of you heard I'm there. Love you. We keep getting a love you. You know, Glenn. I mean, that could be for you. If it resonates with you, then that's all that matters. He did change after I got back, funny enough. All right, Amanda, let's see what we can do for you, okay? Because you've been feeling the cold spot. You feel like somebody is there with you. Is there somebody with the recently engaged Amanda? Engaged. I thought she said engaged. Anyone else hear that, or am I crack? Are you here for Amanda? If you're here, or if you're with Amanda right now, and you're the one that's giving off the cold spot for her, can you give us your name, please? No? You want to be a secret? Now, a couple of you heard Amanda. I did not hear Amanda. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. So that is pretty fantastic. God, I never loved you. Can you turn on that flashlight over there for me, please? So sorry. What are you sorry about? Are you unable to turn it on? Do I not have it set up correctly? You can turn the device on next to it. Hit that antenna. If I did not set up the flashlight correctly. What? Otherwise, what are you sorry about? There's no reason to be sorry. I called. I called. Sound like my name? Or I suppose Greg Bakkun's name too. Now remember, Glenn, she did say that she's there with you. That's pretty cool, right? Brandy, who's Mimi? All right, Lauren. Let's see what we can do here. I'll do my best for you. Is there somebody around Lauren by chance? How about Emily, right? Y'all hear that? Lauren, I'm going to get back to you. Is there an Emily here? So there's no Emily. Did I miss it? All right. Chuck, I'm the one that's going to have the heart attack, not you, all right? Good grief. Talking. You hear that? You keep talking. Yeah, I keep talking. Brandy, is it okay if I call her Mimi, or do you want me to call her Dorothy? They just said bastard. I think they were talking about somebody else. Help. What do you need help with? How can we help you? You hear that? Help. You need anything from us, let us know. Okay? You need crossing? Do you want to cross over? Because I can help you cross over at the end of this, okay? Can I get your name, please? Michelle? Is anyone else here, Michelle? I heard Michelle again. How are you sure about that? It didn't sound like Mitchell to me. It sounded like Michelle. I'm not trying to say you're wrong. I know what you can do. It just did not sound like that to me. I did get the name Emily, Joshua. Did you hear me earlier that I did get Emily? Well, I just want to make sure, though, that, I mean, you're getting Mitchell. Are you getting Mitchell psychically? Because my point here is not to be like you are wrong. I just wanted to see where you're getting it from based on what I was hearing and what some of the other people were hearing. That's all. I just, I'm not here to be like, I know it all. I just want to kind of understand where you're coming from with that. That's all. I got a number of people who thought they heard Michelle also. Well, let's do it this way. Is it Mitchell? If there's a Mitchell here, can you turn on a device over here for me, please, if it's Mitchell?
What's that now?
All right. Lauren. Is there somebody hanging out with Lauren right now? So, because Lauren is feeling like there's somebody with her, if you are that person, could you identify yourself for us, please? Did that sound like "Let Me Go" to anybody else? I always get worried when I'm trying to put words to something that may not be what we think it is. Who needs to be let go? Last word. You summed me up. Sticking with Lauren and her request, is there an Evelyn? Is there an Evelyn? What about a Roland? Roland, did you say your name? You want to jump up? So, let me think here. It's interesting, Brandy, because it's the second time then that Starry had come through the box tonight. I mean, I don't know, but it was a female voice that came through. Not to say that you don't, doesn't mean that it's always, male to male sort of thing, but it is, it's very possible that they're very well aware of this large animal that lives in my house now. And you heard sorry again, Brandy? Who's sorry? Who keeps saying sorry? What would you be sorry for? Did you hear Anae's name? We're kind of getting all over the place, aren't we? Can you try to speak one at a time, if possible, please? Who's trying to reach out to Anae? Can I get a name, please? That's right. Billy, are you here? That'd be for Glenn, I'm thinking. Billy, can you come through for us, please, for Anae? Could be. I know, that's why I brought you to hear that. Billy, I thought I heard your name. Did I hear your name, Billy? Is it 1 year now, Anae? Is that Rachel? Yeah, I thought I heard his name. I really did. It wasn't clear. It wasn't like as what we'd like it to be, but I thought I heard something. Billy, could you come through for on 8, please? Do you ever check on her? Billy, you know you're missed, right? You're very much missed. Boat? Can you say boat for on 8, please? Boat?
If you're looking.
No messages for boat? Good, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad it's a good night for you. Annette, who's Richard? All right, well, I'll do my best for you, Annette. We're trying to reach out to Annette's father, Richard. Richard, are you here? Could you talk to Annette, please? Richard, is there any way that you can come through for your daughter, please? Could you say her name? Could you say Annette, please? All right. Oh, now I just said it. Sorry. Richard, it'd be great if you came through for her. Who here wants to be crossed over, needs to be crossed over? We got somebody earlier, Michelle,
Delicious.
who frightened the cross. How can we help you? How can we help you? Because we are here to help. What we're going to try to do is anybody who wants to cross over, I'm going to be opening up some light for you, okay? And what we would like you to do is cross through the light. If you are afraid to cross over, please know that if you're worried about being judged, I don't think you have to worry at all. You're going to be safe. You're going to be fine. Okay? Do you see the light? Okay. Are you gonna walk through it? There's a lot of energy in here, folks. Are you going to cross through it? Nothing to be afraid of, especially the one who needed help earlier. Dorothy, are you here? Are you here for Brandy? It's time for you to cross if you haven't, okay? Let's cross. Do it. I can feel you. Please cross. Nothing to be afraid of. If you're not ready, then don't, but it's there for you, okay? Have you crossed? I don't know about you all, but there's at least one that has not crossed that wanted to. I can feel them with me. Can you please cross? What are you waiting for? There's something we can help you with. You see that light? You want me to make it brighter? Cross. Cross. What's keeping you stuck? It's just a leap of faith. Walk towards it. Go through. You will be fine. It's okay. There will be somebody waiting for you on the other side. I think that's what you're worried about. All right. I think they moved. I think they moved. I feel them. It's different. It's different. Yeah. Yeah, they've crossed. At least as far as I can tell, they've crossed. Good one. You're gone. You all crossed? All right. Wow.
I'm here.
I'm here. Good. Very good. I think what happened, is that they thought that there was no one waiting for them. Because once I said I just felt in my head like they were afraid no one's gonna be waiting for them. There is people waiting for them. I'm gonna shut this session down. Shut this down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. So, okay, we got that. Before we go any further, the session is closed. You are not allowed to communicate with us unless you are a family member or friend. If you're a spirit that is just coming through, saying hi, needs anything, this session is closed. There's other ways to reach out if you need to, but you are not allowed to communicate with us. My guess is that the internet connection may not be the strongest, and I think that might be what's making it blurry, because I'm on multiple cameras, taking up lots of internet. I don't think it's spirit. I think it's just not great internet at the moment. I am not plugged in. I'm using Wi-Fi, which is not the smartest thing to do, but that's what I'm doing. Thank you very much for stopping by. It was really nice to see you tonight, as well as everybody else. So that was fun. I thought we got some good stuff coming through. Let's see here. Let's see. There's always that moment that I'm just kind of like, where am I after I do these? Thank God I'm at home. Who knows where I'd end up. Don't forget, Tuesday and Thursday, join Ane for one question readings. If you watched or listened, as most people would for the radio show, you would have taken part in that today. They're great. She doesn't do mediumship, but if you do want something more of a session, go to www.onae.org. Schedule a session if you need something bigger than just a one question reading. But also, please go over to Tarot by Ane on Facebook and like it. That's where you're going to know everything that is going on, okay? So we got that. And next week, let's do aliens, okay? So next week, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going to be talking to Mike Barra, who is on Ancient Aliens, as well as, I can't remember the name of the UFO show, I think called UFO Finding the Truth, UFOs Finding the Truth, or something like that. It's good. I mean, just because I can't remember the name of it, it's good. I enjoy it. That's what made me want to reach out to him, because he's really good. He wrote a book called Hidden Agendas that I am currently reading on my Kindle. And I think it's going to be a great conversation. And then Sunday night, why don't we plan on trying to reach out to aliens again? We did this, a month and a half ago, something like that. And it felt like it was really, really interesting. Did we catch an alien? I don't know. Remember, we got one that was named Art. Someone named Art that came through. And then remember, I asked if there was any aliens living on my street, and the response was yes. And the only thing I could think of is like, I knew it. So that will be fun. That'll be a lot of fun to try that again and see what happens, okay? Is there anything else that I'm missing before I head out and leave you all be? If you would like to follow me, I just say send me a friend request. I don't need to have anyone follow me per se. I also have Facebook pages, Minnesota GhostBox, as well as Parafriends events. You could also follow Paranormal United Network, which is where we're on, as well as the Manifest Network. We are also on that as we speak. Also, there should be an announcement for the next installment of Living Paranormal pretty soon, which is really exciting. Check out in August that there should be a live stream investigation. We're just putting together all the bits and pieces. That just kind of came about today. So we're really excited about that. With that, why don't we leave it at that? If anyone has any questions or doesn't feel well after this, which there's no reason why you shouldn't, if you're protected, reach out to me. I'm always available. Thank you all so very much for being a part of this. Thank you so much for everything that you all do. I will see you next week. Take care, everyone. Good night.